It's movie time, and today we're talking about the movie that proves that Vince Vaughn isn't just some funny guy who makes terrible romantic comedies. No, in this one, he's an absolute badass with a shaved head. You click this video, so you already know today's film is Brawl in Cell Block 99. This film could have easily just been another brutal prison flick, but instead, it's something a little darker. If you ever wonder what would happen if you took Vince Vaughn and stripped away his comedic charm and turned him into a cold blooded, no nonsense anti hero, well, here's your answer. So the movie introduces us to Bradley Thomas, a former boxer who ends up in prison after letting his moral compass get the better of him.
Dude, why do you always play the good guy in video games? It's a game. Just steal that dude's stuff right now. Do it. Come on.
What? No, stop.
Dude, why not?
Because it makes me feel bad.
He starts off as a blue collar guy just trying to make an honest living, but life has other plans for him. After he's caught up in a series of increasingly bad decisions, he ends up doing some time in prison. Not exactly Shawshank Redemption material, but the prison isn't your usual bad guys who make bad decisions kind of a place. No, it's a den of violence, corruption, and it gets a whole lot worse when Bradley's wife, played by Jennifer Carpenter, is kidnapped and threatened by Bradley's boss, a drug kingpin. Bradley finds himself in a no-win situation. His only choice is to do whatever it takes to get her back, and whatever it takes usually involves a lot of violence.
I know that violence is not the answer, but yes, it is.
Now let's talk about what makes this movie up there on my list of best movies of 2017. First off, it isn't your average prison movie. It's not about witty dialogue, high-paced action scenes, or even a heartwarming moment at the end. Nope, it's all about violence. And none of the flashy, fast-paced stuff that you get in your typical action movies.
You felt me? Yeah. You all felt me, guys. You all felt me? Yeah.
This is a movie that understands something simple. Violence isn't always fast, and sometimes it's painfully slow. This movie really honed in on how ugly a fist fight can really be. It makes you uncomfortable, but you feel every bone crunch and every blood drop in this movie. That's what makes Brawl and Cell Block 99 stand out. The fight scenes in these movies are absolutely grueling. They're not the kind of choreographed, flashy battles you see in Marvel movies, where the hero is leaping around like a gymnast on Red Bull.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
No. In Brawl and Cell Block 99, the punches land with a sickening thud. There's weight to every strike. You can practically feel the pain in every bone-breaking move. These are fights that last a while, and they're not clean. Every hit feels like it takes something out of Bradley's physical and mental well-being.
You let him get away? Oh my god, are you crying?
No, it's just raining.
Vince Vaughn actually pulls off the tough guy role surprisingly well. His character's slow burn of rage is both terrifying and oddly compelling. He's not a hero, and he's not a villain. He's just a man out of options with one last chance to make everything right. Vaughn's towering presence and deadpan delivery makes it impossible to look away. He's not just kicking ass for the sake of it. There's real weight behind his actions, and it's not like he's some unstoppable superhuman either. No, he's a guy who's out of shape, hurting, and struggling to keep his humanity while doing some truly horrendous things. And that, my friend, is what makes it work. And this is where Vince Vaughn absolutely shines. You would think that a guy that's known for his comedic chops wouldn't be able to pull off some whole, stone-cold badass routine. But let me tell you, he proved us all wrong. He doesn't do it with cheesy one-liners or extravagant tough guy posturing. Instead, he carries himself with a quiet, almost unnerving calm. He's not the perfect hero, and he's not the white knight. He's a guy who's made mistakes, and now those mistakes are catching up with him in the most brutal way imaginable. He's a broken man trying to redeem himself, but there's no easy way out. And his performance carries the weight of the film. Vince Vaughn's performance makes you believe that he's a guy that could just break you in half with one hand.
I must break you.
He's imposing, but also oddly sympathetic in his desperation. What I love about this movie is that, despite the violence, the director manages to keep things grounded. There's no glorification of the brutality. It's not cool to watch someone get their face caved in. There's no high fives and beers afterwards.
Yeah, I stabbed a man in the heart. I saw that. Brick killed a guy.
This is a world where every choice you make is consequential. Bradley's decisions throughout the film aren't about being the hero or saving the day. They're about survival. He's a man who's been pushed to his absolute limit, and there's no going back. And that weight really lands by the time you hit the climax of the film. So overall, Brawl in Cell Block 99 is not a movie for everyone. If you're looking for a feel-good action film with heartwarming moments and a clear-cut hero, this is not your jam. This is a film about violence in its most raw, uncomfortable form. It's a slow burn thriller with the unsettling atmosphere and stellar performance from Vince Vaughn, and the violence that feels more punishment than payoff. But that's the point. This is a movie that makes you feel the weight of every punch, every bad decision, every moral compromise. But should you watch it? Yes, absolutely. This film doesn't offer redemption. It offers consequences. And I'll be damned if it didn't stick the landing. So until next time, later nerds.